There are already 2 million people dead because of COVID, and we are still isolating, quarantining because of the epidemic, the riot in US Capitol. I believe that's high time to lose our souls and delve into the great romantic story I would like to share with you today. Without further ado, I would like to welcome you into the 8th episode of Movie Food.
What are we willing to do for love?
Room 2117.
Are you nervous?
Oh no, I do this all the time.
The whole movie is told from the perspective of Brian, played amazingly by Anton Yelchin. Brian is a young writer who looks for opportunities for his work in New York, where one day, on the crossroad, he meets Ariel, played by Bérénice Marlohe. You may remember her from the movie Skyfall.
How would you know that?
And from the first moment we see the great chemistry between the characters. And even though Ariel tells Brian that she's married, she agrees to meet with him from 5 to 7.
People can see us together. That is permitted. I can take your arm, but we cannot kiss.
If those are the rules, those are the rules.
When it comes to drawing comparisons, I would choose Lost in the Translation as the really similar movie. Yet, in 5 to 7, the love of both characters is not as restricted as it is there. They are becoming closer and we can observe how the love is evolving, whilst for Ariel, that sort of maybe even another one fixed affair. On Brian's side, the feelings grows exponentially.
So, Ariel, tell us about yourself.
I am married and the mother of 2.
Waiter.
5 to 7 relationship is a relationship outside of marriage.
Seriously, the French actually block out time for that? It's not her Frenchness that's really bothering me.
No, but I can't discuss her marital or parental status because if I do, my pancreas will explode.
The biggest con of that movie are those French cliches, Frenchy jokes, like that's the American perspective of European culture to some extent. Yet it might be explained as director Victor Levin claims that the whole story is based on the story that was told to him by some French marriage who told him about their scheme of open marriage and how they are likely to accept each other's affairs.
So your husband does this too?
He has a mistress. Her name is Jane.
Brian. Hello, I'm Ariel's husband.
Please forgive any hot dog related moisture. How did he find out?
I told him.
You just volunteered it?
With great joy.
Good evening and welcome to our home.
5 to 7 stands out as the movie that projects that sort of a dignity of love. It is like the present version of the romantic movies that casted Audrey Hepburn. Ariel and Brian treat each other in that complicated affair with honesty and tenderness, which doesn't happen too often in the modern cinema. Nonetheless, 5 to 7 tells the great story. The story not of the love that is fully filled and ends with marriage and honeymoon, but like the one that is never going to be fully filled, but will be left in our minds. For that great feeling of authenticity and outstanding performance of Anton Yelchin, I would like to give 5 to 7 4 stars over 5, as it's great movie of the genre which draws from the great traditions of the cinema.
There are two forces on Earth you never want to be fighting. One is Mother Nature, the other is love.
I would like to be the man who walks beside you,
You do walk beside me.
not just from 5 to 7.
Okay, if you're still here, you may expect the premium part in which I tell my story. Yet, like this time, I cannot tell mine. I mean, well, who'd w ogóle think? Well, I'm quite boring person, so like why such story would have happened to me and when? I don't really know. But I have a friend, or actually I found the random comment in YouTube that my intuition suggests that really reflects the truth of such feeling. The comment made by Gaddafi Shakur. Sometimes this type of love is the best type of love. It's complicated, but yet so full, so rich, full of emotions and feelings. If you're ever lucky enough to experience this type of love, although it may hurt for a while, it's one of the greatest experiences you will experience. And with that in mind, I would like to thank you very much for this episode, and yeah, see you next time, next week. Goodbye.